Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from the Meadowlands Racetrack here on Friday. It is October the 14th, 2016. Gonna look at all the races on tonight's program. Before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections. So let's get on to it. All 6 races on today's program, starting off with, of course, race number 1, which is a claiming race. First, $15,000 for fillies, mares, thrills, and upwards. Number 1, 2 races. We have a field of 9 horses traveling the distance of ground of a mile on the turf course. The rail will be set at 10 feet from its true position. A mile. My top selection here will go to the 5 horse. Number 5, Ely's Girl. Gonna go 5-4-2-7. 5-4-2-7. Number 5, Ely's Girl. 3-2, Paco Lopez for Jason Service. Out of Cape Blanco, excuse me. Last time out, ran on September 17th at Monmouth Park, mile 16th, and a claim 25,000. This horse finished 4th by 4 3/4 lengths that day. Had nothing. It just wasn't his best of starts. Dropping down to the claiming 7,500 tail, which I think is a big drop. Should really do well. Start before in a maiden 18 at Monmouth, mile 16th August, the 5th on the turf course. Horse won by 2 lengths. Got the lead in the stretch and really just kept going. Very nice victory for this horse. And then at Belmont, July the 10th, mile 16th inner turf course, maiden 40,000. This horse finished 3rd by 2 1/4 lengths that day. The inner turf course tends to be more towards speed horses. It was that day. Really did not have the best of runs. I think this horse should run well here today. This is my top pick here. So to recap my bets now for race number 1 from the Meadowlands Racetrack, I'm going to go with the 5 horse. I'm going to go 5-4-2-7. 5-4-2-7. So now let's get on to race number 2 from the Meadowlands, which is a main claiming race. Purse $18,000 for maidens, 2-year-olds, going for a claiming price of $40,000. We have a field of 8 horses, including a part of an entry, traveling 5 furlongs on the turf course with that rail at 10 feet. I have to make it out to the Meadowlands one of these days, maybe tonight. But they're traveling 5 furlongs here on the turf course. My top selection here will go to the 7 horse Wild Wigglin' Jack. Gonna go 7-3-6-2. 7-3-6-2, number 7, Wild Wigglin' Jack. 3-1, Shannon Yuski on this one for Dennis Ward last time out. Ran at Timonium, 4 furlongs August 28th, and maiden special weight for 31,000. Horse finished 2nd by a neck that day. Had a lot of speed, was stalking the pace that day. Was a little bit wide, but, need a little extra ground. The 5 furlong distance on the turf should really help this one here today. And then start before at Monmouth on the slot, 5.5 furlongs in July 31st, main special weight for 43,000. Horse finished 9th by 19 3/4 lengths. Just had nothing. I don't think he'd like to slop. This horse will really benefit with the turf here today. It has a lot of speed. The turf course is playing towards this horse's abilities. That's why I like this horse here. So I'm going to go with this horse here as a top selection. So to recap my bets for race number 2 from the Meadowlands Racetrack, I'm going to go with the 7 horse Wild Wigglin' Jack. I'm going to go 7-3-6-2. 7-3-6-2. So now let's get on to race number 3 from the Meadowlands, which is a claim race, purse $18,000 for 3-year-olds and upwards. Which never won 3 races. Going for a claim price of $10,000. Field of 10 horses traveling the distance of a mile and a 16th on the turf course. As you know, all the races are on the turf course at the big M. Mile 16th. My top selection here will go to the 5 horse. Number 5, Parting Gift. Gonna go 5-2-10-4. 5-2-10-4. Number 5, Parting Gift. 7-2. Dylan Davis on this horse out of Lemon Drop Kid. This 3-year-old gelding reported his gelding on the 14th of January of 2016. But last time out, this horse ran at Suffolk Downs 1 mile on September the 4th and a claiming 10,000. Horse won by a neck. Was a little bit wide, but was closing like an express train. Really just got up there. It was a very nice claiming victory for this horse. Start before at Saratoga on the slot, mile 8th August 1st. This horse finished 5th by 26 1/4 lengths from the 6 hole. Was wide. The slop didn't really help this horse. Did not. The 2 races this horse was on the sloppy racetrack. Both of them have been pretty shit. And plus it was the horse's first start since April 21st at Keeneland, mile 8th and start allowance race. Horse finished 12th. Did not do anything at all. Just had a bad start from the outside pose position. This horse broke his maiden by 35,000 at Gulfstream Park, 7.5 furlongs back in January. Won by 2 lengths. Very nice victory. I think this horse could make it 2 in a row here tonight. So gonna go with this horse here at 11 Drop Kid. So to recap my bets for race number 3 from the Meadowlands Racetrack, gonna go with the 5 horse Gonna go 5-2-10-4. 5-2-10-4. So now let's get on to race number 4 from the Meadowlands, which is a claim race. Purse $15,000 for fillies, mares, drills, and upwards. Never won 2 races. Going for a claim price of $6.5 to $7.5 thousand. Mile they're traveling here on the turf course. Post time at 8:38. Mile. My top selection here will go to the 8 horse. Number 8, Shades of Grey with Paco Lopez. Gonna go 8-1-4-2, 8-1-4-2. Number 8, Shades of Grey. A French bred horse here at 2-1 for Willard Thompson, who trains this one. It's all French on the sire and dam side, except one spot. The dam is actually an Irish bred horse, but everything else is basically French. But last time out, this horse ran at Monmouth 6 furlongs, 10 to the 5th, and a claim 1250. Horse finished 6 by 39 lengths. Just outrun it. Just 6 furlongs is a little bit too short for this horse. I think this horse will do better with this distance of a mile today. Start before at Monmouth, mile 16th, claimed 20,000. This horse finished 8th by 7 1/4 lengths. Was with the leaders early, but then tired again. This horse has a kind of a front-running style, not on the lead especially, but just sitting off. If he sits off of it today, I think this horse should do well. This horse has only won once. You have to go back to September 13th of 2015, the last start in France he ever had at Lyon Paris on a soft turf course, a mile allowance race. Horse won by 2 lengths and just won pretty easy. So the replay earlier today was a very easy victory. But since then, they were running this horse down in South Florida. First started in the States March 23rd, a mile and optional 75 claimer. Horse finished 4th by 5 lengths, closed up a little bit, but just didn't have the best of runs. Since then, this horse got claimed out of a start and been running down the ladder. Now he's running for the lowest tags he's ever had. I think this horse should have a good run here at 2-1. So to recap my bets for race number 4 from the Meadowlands Racetrack, going to go with the 8 horse. Going to go 8-1-4-2, 8-1-4-2. So now let's get on to race number 5 from the Meadowlands. Post time 9:08. It is a start allowance race. Purse $18,000 for fillies, mares, drills, and upwards. Never started for a claim price $5,000 or less in 2015 or 16. Field of 8 horses. Traveling distance of ground of 5 furlongs. 5 furlongs. And people ask me why do I show this diagram. It gives me a second to look down at my notes, so that's why. But 5 furlongs traveling here. My top selection here will go to the 5 horse Ms. Martha. I'm going to go 5-8-2-6. 5-8-2-6. Number 5, Ms. Martha, 5-1 with Halliday in the saddle. Last time out, I have a jockey who's 74-1. So that's something good. But last time out, this horse ran at Delaware Park. 5 furlongs on a good going October the 5th in a start allowance race, 7,500 starter price. Horse finished 3rd by 3.5 lengths that day. Was closing very good. It was a little bit farther back, but closed very good. This horse has the perfect running style for this kind of race, with the projection of the how do I say, the pace projection. This horse should really be closing. Shouldn't be farther back, but should be good enough to have a very good closing kick. Start before at 5.5 furlongs, Laurel and allowance race 7,500. This horse finished 9th by 6 3/4 lengths. Was with the leaders early on and then gave away. It was a little bit wide also. And then Delaware 5 furlongs, opposite 25 claimer. Horse finished 6th by 5 3/4 lengths. Just wasn't there. This horse's best finish this year was a 3rd place finish. He had 3 of those, and those were at Suffolk, 1 on the slop at Laurel, and last time out. Last win, we have to go back to October the 9th of last year at 5.5 furlong start allowance race. Horse won by head at 16.5 to 1. A very nice victory closing. I'm going to take my chances with this horse here at 5 to 1. Probably going to go for about 12 to 1. I don't think this horse will get a very low odds like the morning line. But I'm going to take my chances with this one here, this 5 horse. So to recap my bets for race number 5 from the Meadowlands, going to go with the 5 horse. Going to go 5-8-2-6. 5-8-2-6. So now let's get on to race number 6. The final race on tonight's program, post time 9:38 Eastern. The 6th race is a maiden claim race. First $12,500 for maidens, fillies, mares, drills, and upwards. We have a field of 12 horses. 11 and 12 are also eligibles, traveling a mile and a 16th on the turf course. Mile and a 16th. And I'm going to go to the rails for my horse here. Number one, Mixed Up Kid. Going to go 1746. 1746, number one, Mixed Up Kid. 2-1, Paco Lopez for Alan Goldberg. I had a Lemon Drop Kid last time out, right at the Meadowlands, October the 7th, which was last Friday. So it's a week turnaround. The maiden 20,000. This horse finished fourth by 3 lengths that day. Had a bad start, got bumped, was on the inside all throughout, closed up a tiny bit that day. But, if this horse could get a better trip, I think this horse should run well. He's dropping down the class ladder to a maiden 10 today. Start before that came at Parks Racing, mile named September the 17th, and maiden special weight 6,000. Horse finished 7th by 9 1/4 lengths. Set the pace early on and then weakened very badly. And then Delaware Park first career start, maiden special weight 34,000, finished 7th by 9 1/4 lengths. Did not have nothing, just nothing that day. I think this horse should run well. If this horse didn't have a lot of traffic trouble last week, I think this horse should have ran well also. But the quick turnaround doesn't really bother me with this one, so I'm going to go with this one here. So to recap my bets for race number 6 from the Meadowlands Racetrack, final race in today's program from the Meadowlands, going to go with the one horse, Mixed Up Kid. Going to go 1746, 1746. So good luck to all, and follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck, everybody.